All this guy did was hit a pig with his car. But when he wakes up the next morning, he's the only human in a pig pen. Even stranger, the longer he stays there, the more he starts to understand what the pigs are saying. This is the dark fantasy movie Time Samuel's Travels. It's only 85 minutes long, but this isn't just a story about escaping. It's really about one question. When you have to choose between freedom and belonging, which one matters more? Our guy, Sam, is a foreigner traveling alone through the countryside of Eastern Europe. He's not here on vacation. He's searching for the biological father he's never met. But the farther he drives, the more remote everything gets. He doesn't speak the local language, and there's barely anyone around to ask for directions. So all he can do is follow the clues he has and keep driving. While Sam is driving down a country road, a little pig suddenly runs in front of his car. He doesn't have time to stop, and the car hits it. Sam quickly gets out to check. The pig is lying there completely still. He picks it up and looks around for help, but there's no one nearby. As it gets darker and the pig still doesn't move, Sam heads to the edge of the woods and starts digging a grave. But before he can finish burying it, a woman suddenly screams from inside the forest, and somehow, the pig that looked dead a second ago comes back to life. Sam jumps in shock. That's when a young woman named Kirk walks out of the woods. She's the daughter of a nearby farmer, and the pig belongs to her family. Sam already feels guilty about hitting it, so he drives Kirky and the pig back to the farm. Kirky is one of the few people he's met who speaks English, and she's incredibly friendly. She gives him food and even lets him stay the night. Sam thinks he's finally found some good people. Then, he wakes up the next morning and realizes he's basically become their property. Kirky's father, Gustav, owns the pig farm. When Sam wakes up, Gustav and Jankus are already standing beside him. Before Sam can figure out what's going on, Jankus knocks him unconscious. When he wakes up again, there's a collar around his neck, a chain attached to it, and he's locked inside the pig pen. Of course, Sam fights back. But out here, where he can't even speak the language, fighting back doesn't set him free. It only gets him punished even more. From that day on, he sleeps with the pigs, feeds them, washes them, and works around the farm. The craziest part is, sometimes the pigs are treated better than he is. Before this, Sam could at least decide where he wanted to go. Now, every time he takes a few steps too far, the chain around his neck reminds him that he's not going anywhere. Two nearby farmers even come over to inspect Sam like he's a piece of farm equipment. They want to take him back to their own farm. Gustav refuses, not because he suddenly grew a conscience, but because this strong foreigner is more useful to him right here. And there's one person on the farm who wants him gone more than anyone else, Jankus. Jankus has always had his eye on Kirka, but Kirka is obviously more interested in Sam. So one night, Jankus secretly unlocks Sam's chain and tells him that if he keeps running toward the forest, he can get away. Sam doesn't stop to wonder if it's a trap. He just runs. But the second he reaches the edge of the woods, he freezes. One pair of eyes after another appears in the darkness, and the sound of wolves gets closer. Sam finally gets it. Jankus wasn't helping him escape. He wanted the wolves to get rid of Sam for him. At the same time, Kirky realizes Sam is gone and runs after him. But Jankus stops her along the way. With no one else around, he starts attacking her. Sam hears what's happening. Instead of running deeper into the woods, he turns around. He rushes back, saves Kirka, and completely ruins Jankus's plan. After that, Gustav eases up on Sam a little. He still won't give him real freedom, but he gives him a longer chain and lets him walk outside the pig pen. The first time Sam stands under the sun again, he looks at the woods just a short distance away. They're so close, yet they might as well be in another world. And that's when things get even stranger. The little pig Sam hit earlier walks over to him, and somehow, Sam understands what it's saying. At first, he thinks being locked up for so long has messed with his head, but little by little, he realizes he really can communicate with the pig. The people here can't understand him, but the pigs can. It sounds funny, but there's nothing funny about it to Sam, because without even realizing it, he's slowly getting used to life on the farm, washing pigs, feeding them, sleeping in the pig pen. Things he once couldn't stand have somehow become part of his everyday life. One day, Gustav asks Sam to kill a pig he spent a long time taking care of. Sam can't bring himself to do it, so he just stands there and watches Gustav do it himself. That's when Sam realizes something has changed. He started to feel like he's on the pig's side. Meanwhile, Jenkins doesn't exactly get away with what he did. After attacking Kirky, he gets chained up like a dog. The next time Sam sees him, Jenkins is lying beside a doghouse and has even started barking. One man is treated like a pig. Another is treated like a dog. That's what makes this farm so disturbing. Stay here long enough, and even the craziest things start to feel normal. Sam decides he can't wait any longer. He sneaks back to his car, and the moment his hands touch the steering wheel, it feels like he finally has a piece of his old life back. But before he can drive away, Kirky catches him. Soon, a whole group of people surrounds the car. No one helps him, and no one seems to think there's anything wrong with what's happening. After another failed escape, Gustav tightens his grip on Sam again. This time, Sam finally understands. There's almost no way he can get out by force. If he tries to run again right now, they'll just watch him even more closely. So he has to wait for another chance. Think that's it? Nope. The one who ends up helping him is the little pig. The pig secretly brings him a tool that can cut through the chain. Sam decides to take a chance. He cuts himself free and quietly climbs into a truck carrying the pigs. Once the truck gets far enough away, Sam gets the pigs moving around inside the trailer until the truck flips onto its side. While everyone outside is dealing with the crash, Sam leads the pigs straight into the forest. Just when he thinks he's finally escaped, the ground gives way beneath him and he falls into a deep hunting pit. Sam spends the whole night trapped at the bottom. No matter what he tries, he can't climb out. Then the next morning, a rope suddenly drops down from above. He looks up, and there's that little pig again. And it didn't come alone. It brought the other pigs with it. At that moment, something changes in Sam. He's no longer thinking only about saving himself. He starts traveling with the pigs, finding food when they're hungry, and staying close at night to protect them from the wolves. He's still a stranger with no home, no direction, and no clue where his father is. Strangely enough, back on that crazy farm, someone expected him to work. The pigs followed him everywhere, and Kirky cared about him. And in the end, it isn't anyone chasing him who makes Sam stop. It's Sam himself. Back at the farm, Kirky realizes Sam has escaped and asks her father to bring him back. Gustav leads a group into the woods, and Jenkins, who's acting more and more like a dog, is brought along to track Sam down. The two sides soon run into each other. In the chaos, a gun goes off and Gustav is wounded. Sam could easily use the opportunity to keep running, but once again, he stops. He turns around, saves Gustav, and brings the very man who once chained him up back to the farm. This time, Sam doesn't return as just another foreigner forced to work in a pig pen. Gustav finally starts accepting him as family and even gives his blessing for Sam and Kirka to get married. But just when life seems like it might finally settle down, the pig pen catches fire. Sam rushes inside to save the pigs and ends up fighting Jenkins again in the middle of the flames. By the time the fire is out, almost none of the pigs have made it out alive. The only survivor is the little pig that has been with Sam all along. After everything that happened, Sam chooses to stay and marries Kirky. But on their wedding night, Gustav suddenly dies. The next morning, the little pig that helped Sam over and over again decides not to stay. It walks off into the distance all by itself. Sam just stands there, watching it get farther and farther away. And only then does he remember why he came here in the first place. He still hasn't found his father. His journey was never really finished. Yet somewhere along the way, he traded the freedom he fought so hard for in exchange for the comfort he has now. That's why the strangest part of this movie was never that a man could understand pigs. It's the question of freedom versus belonging. Sam escaped a real chain, only to choose to stay on his own. He found the love and sense of belonging he wanted, but that choice came with a price. So, if it were you, after finally escaping this farm, would you go back for something you could call home?